Russell started at the University of San Francisco, where he led the Dons to 2 national titles.
I decided early in my career, the only really important thing was to try to win every game.
The hooks, and followed by Russell. The Lakers is over. It's a 5-5 game. West again blocked by Russell. And Russell again gets that rebound. There was Russell blocking the shot by West. Russell has on the baseline. Shot at Russell.
Bill Russell goes in. He dunks it. That did it. 95-85.
First varsity game, played Cal Berkeley. Their center was preseason All-American. First 5 shots he took, I blocked. So we go to our huddle, and my coach says to me, "You can't play defense that way." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "That's not the way to play defense."
To block shots?
Yeah, because he'd never seen it.
Turned out Russell wasn't bad at the whole winning thing. He won 2 straight NCAA titles and an Olympic gold medal before arriving in Boston, where Russell and Red Auerbach immediately revolutionized the game. You always talked about blocking shots. You would jump straight up, because if you leaned forward, it was easier to get a foul. Well, why don't guys do that now?
I don't think they approach shots the way I did.
West, and West with a long jump. Russell deflected it and keeps it. Beautiful play. Feeds off quickly to Havlicek. He's been guarded by Krantz, who was holding back.
The confidence and intensity he brought to every game was rubbing off on the entire team.
Well, I might say that Russell wants to win this thing so bad he can taste it.
I believe he had a need to be great.
He was drafted by the St. Louis Hawks in 1956, but Red Auerbach engineered a trade that brought him to the Boston Celtics.
He was the round peg that simply fit the round hole that we needed so desperately. Both offensively and defensively, he gave new dimensions to what we were doing out there.
One of the guys on the other team takes a shot and I block it. And the referee called goaltending. And Red got up and went nuts. He raved so much that they called a technical foul on him. And I was thinking, first time I had a coach that went to bat for me. After the game, I said, "Thanks for looking out for me." And Red says to me, "Russ, loyalty is a two-way street."
Never-ending attention to details that make champions instead of just good athletes.
Less than a month before the season ended, my rookie year, he says to me, "I want you to come to the game early. I want to talk to you about something." And so we're sitting in Boston Garden, and he says, "I want to tell you something. You're the best player playing basketball." I said, "I knew that."
Did you see that rebound? That rebound was made by Bill Russell, in my opinion, the greatest basketball player that ever played the game.
I want to make sure that they can't, when he's going, that they can't pass it to him. So I got to cut that off. Now, if we get him, I'll take a block in our position. Now,
The blocking out position.
now that's in here. I'm down low.
Now watch on that blocking out position. Watch how low he is. Watch his hands. He's got this man right here.
This way I can also go right with him. You see. And if he goes the other way, same thing. I'm in
You
here.
see that balance? You see the knees bent? Bill Russell, the old Boston Celtics, now the coach of Seattle Supersonics. What is a shot block? What is a block shot?
Well, I call it action because it's not a reaction. You can't, when you block a shot of reaction, then you're lucky. In other words, just jumping ability. There's more to it than that. For a guy like that, if I just play him straight away, there's no way I'm going to stop him. Okay, so now going to his right, it's 2 or 3 points every time. It's a dunk shot, a layup, or 2 free throws. So what I would try to do with a guy like Bob, I'd overplay him. He's got the ball. I'd overplay him here. So now what I've done is I've taken away him going to the right. And I'm close enough so if he puts it on the floor, I can knock it loose. So I'm making him do it with his left hand. So that's the reason I'm so close to him here, is to make him go with his left hand, dribbling, so that slow him down a little bit. Now, if I let him go all the way to the hoop, he'll dunk it though. So that means I got to stay ahead of him. And the idea is to slide here, and wait. Now, but what I did is I eliminated half his options by taking away his right. Now, the idea is when I go up to block the shot, I'm going to try to sweep it that way. You don't slap it. No. Now, see, now if I sweep it there, now I got an angle to go after.
The greatest of them all. He dominated NBA centers for 13 years. Not only that, he intimidated the entire offensive flow of the game.
Players, their vision is like a projector. It opens and closes. When they're coming up court, they use a split vision so they see everything. But when they pass a shoot, it narrows down to the target. A defensive player could stand 1 foot out of that line of sight and he can't see him. Literally cannot see him. It's completely blind, although it's right in the middle of the court.
We made a deal to help this team win. The name of the game is to win. We're not interested in your points or your stats. Just worry, did we win or did we lose? And what can you contribute to winning or losing?
I was fortunate to have to know that I was going to play against the Celtics and William Felton Russell. The other teams in the NBA always knew that if we were going to win and be winners, we had to go to the Boston Gardens and come out some kind of way, winning. And so you got inspired and you always got up to do that. And how they maintained for so long, I'm not sure, but we had to continually try to drive ourselves to be just out there with them without being embarrassed.
What would you have been without him?
We would have still won about 11, 12 championships, but it wouldn't have been nearly as much fun.
Because fun, that was fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Bill Russell at the time was our coach. We had an interesting concept with me as a rookie. He said to me on the bus, he said, "You're going to have to sit next to me on the bus the whole time." And I was like, I didn't want to do that. I started walking to the back and he grabs me back. He said, "Young fella, you got to sit next to me." I'm like, "Why do I have to sit?" Because he's a loser. He's a loser. And they're never going to win. I'm trying to trade him. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. So he's sitting down, he's reading the paper, and all of a sudden I look over and you see him sleeping in practice. So he kind of stumbles and everyone laughs. And he's like, "Everybody out of practice. If y'all wasn't so damn boring, I wouldn't be sleeping here." You was out of practice for us being boring. So Bill Russell was a very keep it real coach.
I would kick your ass.